Okay, hi everyone. I'm back once again. This video is actually not 25 days of manga. I am doing a sequel video to my webcomic one I did about Castle Swimmer by Wendy Lain Martin. And oh my god. Okay. I have actually quite a bit I have to talk about with this. I even wrote me some notes here, that way I don't forget any of the important details I want to talk about, because holy shit, I stayed up till like 4 in the morning reading it. I couldn't get to sleep, and I only meant to read like a chapter or two, and then suddenly I was on like chapter 27 or 30, and I was like, well, there's only like 36 chapters. There's actually 41, might be with some extra stories. But oh my god, I could not stop reading it, and suddenly it was 4 in the morning, and I finished, and I was like, oh, I guess it's time to go to bed. I tried going to bed, and it didn't really work out in my favor. So please excuse me if I'm a little weird in this video. I'm drinking coffee. I sleep deprived. I couldn't sleep at all the whole night. I was thinking about, I can't wait to do a video on this. Okay. So let's get started on Castle Swimmer. So I finished season 1, and it's coming back in January. So luckily, I meant to drag it out a little longer, but alas, I could not, and because I was just too impatient. I'm an impatient bitch, and that just tends to happen sometimes. So I just finished it last night, and luckily January isn't too far away, but I don't know when in January it's coming out. For my luck, it probably won't be till the end of January. Okay, anyway, so some important things that I needed to desperately talk about on Castle Swimmer. Oh shit, it just got so crazy. And this video is going to have spoilers in it. There is no way I can talk about some of this stuff without spoiling anything, and I'm actually doing this video per request to Puzzle 1022. They messaged me asking me if I was going to do a video after I finished reading Castle Swimmer season 1, and I told them I would. And last night I finished reading all of it, so I was like, well, it's gonna be now. So one important thing in Castle Swimmer is this whole season is basically, at first when I started reading this, I thought this was going to be the story of the Beacon, and it is, it still is, but when you go down to it, it is honestly Prince Siren's story of development, freedom, and his transformation story, basically. Like, holy crap, the stuff that happened in this last few chapters, I was like, oh my god, okay, so I want to talk about all the characters in this real quick. Well, not all of them, but my favorite characters. Let's see, whenever they pop in chapter 20. We get these two queens that pop up like throughout the story, but they're in it a lot near the end. And it's Queen Nee and Krill. Oh my god, I love them. They just had me cracking up so much. Like, I really hope my parents couldn't hear me just cackling in my room last night, because there were scenes where I was just like, I died. I died. I lost it because these two, like, they come to the castle because they hear about the shark's prophecy. So they're coming to the castle they're gonna find a way to find the beacon and to save him before the sharks can kill him. Yeah. Okay. So it shows the queen and Selkie. I forget what Selkie's official title is, but Selkie, and they are... Sorry, I'm trying to get this to where all the glares aren't really there. They hear that they have visitors, and... Oh, here they are! Here's the visitors! Look at them! Look at them! This is Queen Nee over here, and this is Krill. Oh my god, I love them. They are hilarious. I love they're not like traditional mermaids at all. And, God, they just crack me up. They just crack me up, and they're all like, we come here to make an alliance. And they like talk about like their castle, like the sharks, like decaying castle, basically. Oh, they have me die. So she is Queen Nee of the Needle Nee, and she is Queen Krill of the Glopods. That's what they are. And so they're basically just like telling them they brought them these like bags of these weird plant things to make an alliance with them. And they smell really gross, but she says that they're worth a lot. But anyway, so they basically bring this bag in because they plan to probably put the beacon in it, which they end up doing. They're hilarious. I love them. But they had some really good moments later on too, whenever they're really trying to help Prince Siren and the beacon. And Prince Siren pretends to give them a tour of the castle because he sees them as an opportunity to free Kappa, the beacon. Because Queen Suska has decided that she's gonna kill Kappa, and that because Prince Siren won't. And, you know, he's all scared that he's gonna be killed for no reason because in the prophecy it said that he was supposed to kill Kappa, not his mother, and his mother is like, well, I'm your mother, I'm the same blood, so it's close enough. Well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. So, he pretends to give them a tour of the castle and takes them to the armory, and they steal a key, and they go to the dungeon to get Kappa, and they're like, put him in the bag of plants and sneak him out of the castle. But Prince Siren has to stay as close as possible with them because since Kappa is the beacon, he has that connection with Prince Siren, and he'll keep getting drawn to him. So he has to kind of like go with them to help him get out of the castle, or else the bag is gonna like start moving to him, and it's gonna look weird. So we have that. Then we have Skiff. He is a guard. He's one of Prince Siren's guards, but also like just a regular guard at the castle. And he's kind of looked up to Prince Siren his whole life and has wanted to protect him his whole life. And I really like him, and there's a really good interaction with him and Prince Siren. And this is the defining chapter of Prince Siren's development. Like, holy Toledo! This boy went through so much. And okay, so he's trying to get Kappa out of the castle, and Skiff, actually I'm not going to show you there, I'm going to wait till the end of that chapter. Skiff tells him that he can't let him, and he tells us, you know, the story of when they were kids, of when Prince Siren asked him to be his guardian. And so ever since then, he wanted to work hard as a guard and to protect him, blah, 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 blah. And he tells him that he can't let Prince Siren through to take Kappa away, because it would be better to sacrifice one life instead of all the lives of everyone else dying within their kingdom, basically. And Prince Siren, he has this really good scene. He basically just says that prophecies are just old stories. Prophecies do not always come to be as they are told whenever they are fulfilled, and that everyone should have faith in him, because he's going to find a way to break the curse without anyone having to be sacrificed. And he has this really bold scene. Like, I love this chapter so much. Sorry. I feel like the light in here is more agitating than usual. His expressions here are really good. Yeah, he's going, he's having his monologue. Look at that face! Oh, character development! Yeah, look here. Yeah, that's before when he was scared. And this is him now. Look at that! Look at that! Oh my god. He went through so much development, and Skiff is even like, Prince, you changed. And he sees that, Kappa is hurt and dying. And, well, he's not dying necessarily, but anyway, he lets him through and lets him go, but they go through some hardships, and of course, they don't make it out alive. Well, that's not what I meant to say. I meant to say they don't make it out of the castle gates yet. And, they get hauled back to the dungeon, and the beacon is back in his cell. And, okay, so that's what chapter I need to go to. Queen Suska and Selkie come to them and basically are like, what was I gonna say? Anyway, truth comes out, basically. Queen Suska and Selkie come to the dungeon, and she's all like, son, what? Tell the truth. Why are you helping the beacon? Blah, 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 blah. And, he's like, he shouldn't have to die for our people. I'm going to find another way to break this curse. It's not fair for someone to have to die in order to break a curse. Well, this is where shit gets real. Well, shit already got real. This is when it gets even more real. Oh my god. Okay, so we find out that Queen Suska's been lying for who knows, God knows how long, even before Prince Siren is born. And that she changed all the murals and all their scrolls and everything. And the prophecy is actually the beacon would come to kill Prince Siren. And that's how their curse gets lifted and all their people will be saved. What? I actually did not see that coming. I was completely shocked whenever I found that out. I was like, what the fuck? Really? Whoa! So, Queen Suska's all like, oh, well, I still don't want to let the beacon go. We thought, like, we don't have to kill him, and we know for a fact we aren't going to kill, I'm not going to kill my son. And she looks like she's going to let the beacon go. But then she decides to, oh, that's not the chapter I wanted. Okay, well, anyway, she decides to lock up her son, Prince Siren, into the cell, because she can't have him interfering what she's going to do. she's gonna kill the beacon anyway, because she thinks that killing the beacon will uplift the curse. And just, it's almost like the placebo effect. She thinks that by killing the beacon, all her, you know, people, you know, her merfolk and her kingdom, if they see the beacon be killed and they still think that that's the prophecy, then they'll just think the curse is lifted. So it's like kind of like she's hoping to have the placebo effect basically go on there. And oh god, like, so shit gets real there. Real quick, I want to show this cool scene of before they get captured to go back to the dungeon. Prince Siren tried to help the beacon escape, but their connection is so strong it keeps pulling them back. I thought that was a really powerful scene right there. And this is a really good scene right here. You can just see, like, the entrance is so close but yet so far away because he can't get there. And look, he tries to, this is a really cool scene right here. I love how this was done. You see the struggle, how hard he's trying. And look at that determination on his face. Look at that right there. He's working. He's trying, like, oh my gosh, look at that. And then you're like, oh, did he make it? Did you get? And then you know. Here, he's still there. Okay. And one other scene I did want to show real quick. This is taking a lot longer to talk about all this stuff than I had expected. But, got that, we got that there, got that. Maybe it's this chapter. So, when, Prince Siren is trying to escape out of, his cell to, save Kappa. This is a, what chapter is this? I think this is 38. This actually might be the next chapter. Let me see real quick. It is this chapter. So, Kappa has to get this key he sees laying outside of his cell, and he has to get to it. And this is a really important scene in this because we see Prince Siren has to get to the key, so he gets an idea, and he has to strip everything that means what he is and what represents him as being, you know, the prince, the sacred prince. He strips all of his jewelry and, like, uses it to get the key. Like, he strips all of it. He gets every last piece of it. And I felt like this was a really important and powerful scene. Like, he's trying really hard, and he gets to every last bit. You see, that's other shenanigans happening. And he gets, like, the last bit pieces. He adds them on here. And then he's getting closer to getting the key. Look at that determination on his face. He loses it. But he finally gets it. So that was a really important scene that I felt like really represents almost the whole first season in a way, because he works and tries so hard, and he basically has to strip everything that represented him before his change. And now he has changed, and he's a whole nother merch heart. Oh, look at him! He means business! He's gotta save his boyfriend! And, oh my god, like, this is a really cool scene here, too. And then I had, let me see. Oh my god, like, this series was so good, and just the development and the character development and everything, like, oh my lord. And here is, like, what I find outstanding about this is Prince Siren's whole life, everyone had to protect him. Everyone had to protect him because they thought they had to leave him with no scars so he could fulfill the prophecy of killing the beacon. And everything defining that, even though he's been sheltered his whole life, he's been protected his whole life, when it comes down to it, he gets in the way of his mother and basically sacrifices himself for Kappa. And then there's more, it talks about the blood. And then, the queen is obviously distraught because she just, like, impaled her son, basically. And this scene's actually, I think this scene's really powerful because it shows Kappa, like, he knows he needs to get out of there while he can, but he's also really upset because he doesn't want to leave Prince Siren, but Queen Krill and me help him. And, oh my gosh, look at him. I thought this was a really powerful scene there because he's just, like, giving up. He's just emotionally drawn. He's like, I can't. And then, no, of course he makes it, and he's fine. And Queen Suska finally tells everyone the truth about Kappa isn't actually the one who has to be killed, but it has to be Prince Siren. And of course, everyone else doesn't want their prince to be killed. They love him, they adore him, they've protected him his whole life. So, of course, that's not an option. They're not gonna, like, kill him. And, and this is a really good scene. It shows, these really silly characters kind of really comfort, Kappa because he's worried. And they basically tell him that, like, oh, here it is, that he doesn't need to worry about their prophecies. Like, he's had to worry too much about prophecies lately, and he had to, like, basically watch his boyfriend get hurt over him, and they tell him not to worry about it, and just tells him to, like, come visit sometime. Don't worry about it some other, in the future, and, for him to, like, live his life. Because that's a big point of the story, too, is the beacon wants to live his life and not have to just live as a beacon and helping others fulfill, pointless prophecies, like, his whole life. And, oh, I'm running out of time here. So anyway, Kappa sneaks into the castle because he wants to see Prince Siren. And they have some fun together. He makes them laugh. And like, oh, the moment's getting, like, it's getting more emotional. And they accidentally kiss. Like, that was not meant to look like that. And Cap is like, oh fuck, I didn't want that to be our first kiss! And I'm gonna try again. And yeah, it didn't work out. This part was a little cringy for me. I was like, ah! I was like, just kiss already. Just. Oh, look at them. My precious cinnamon rolls! Yeah, there you go. They finally have their kiss. And so the beacon has to leave, and Prince Siren has to heal, and he's gonna like live his life, and they plan on, you know, they know they'll see each other again because Prince Siren is gonna leave the castle and search for a way to take the curse off of his people, and then Kappa's gonna learn how to live his life. So we're gonna get to that in season 2, I hope. We'll see what all goes on. And there's some little extras in here, but something real quick that I did want to talk about was the art in this chapter is really good. This is the little bonus chapter that just came out, and it's really good. It's basically about Kappa wanting to venture to the surface of the sea, and no one ever does it. No one ever makes it. They always like get lightheaded and fall before they go, or no one attempts it. And they say that the surface is the afterlife, and it's the place for God and the dead, which I thought was a really interesting take on the surface of the sea or ocean or whatever I've seen in any mermaid kind of tale. And I thought it was really like melancholy and beautiful. Like, you know, the art in this is just so good. And then there was nothing, and this is where he talks about like this part of the ocean where it's just, there's no light, there's no dark, there's no fish, and just blue. And he couldn't tell which way was up or down, and he just talks about how, you know, scary it was. Like, oh, look at that right there. Well, he sees the bubbles, and he knows he's not alone, and he tries to go, but then he eventually just, like, he gets lightheaded, and then he doesn't. Oh, this is really beautiful scene. Yeah, and then he's trying to talk to the god of the sea, and, you know, of course doesn't get any word, and he just passes out. And he wakes up back on the floor. Oh my god, okay, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about in Castle Swimmer. God, I know this was a long video. I just had so much I had to talk about. I probably should have split it up in part 1, part 2, but okay, too late now. Maybe I could do that on here. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the talk on Castle Swimmer, the emotion of the chapter, the art, just everything. I was really excited to do this video. I hope it's not confusing, and I'm sorry that's really long, but hey, if you like Castle Swimmer, then awesome. If you read this and haven't read it yet, well, I am very sorry. It is a spoiler video, so I'll make sure to put spoilers in the title so no one just like watches this. If they make it this far, then they should have known. They should have known. Alright, well, that's it about Castle Swimmer, guys. I gotta figure out a way with this video because it's way too long and how I want to post it. Alright, bye guys!